start?
You can start the welcoming, absolutely.
Okay, great. Good day, everyone. Great to be here. This is Marina Favret from South Africa, and we are in it to win it. Special guest is Dr. Idris Modi today and Bobby Dirag. Really excited to hear what they've got to say. And yeah, I'm just going to welcome a few people before we get started. This is streaming live on YouTube, but please bring your team, bring your guests, bring your friends and family. Grab a cup of tea, coffee, or whatever your preference is, and sit back and relax. We normally go on for about 2 hours. It all depends on how much we've got to say and how many questions there's going to be. Okay, right. I'm just going to start at the top of my log here. Host is Jacob, Stephen Watson's co-host, and guests are Bobby Dirag and Dr. Idris Modi. Right. We welcome to Abdul Manan. Welcome Avi, Antje from Germany. Balabuhai, Meta. Gosh, it's a struggle. I hope I pronounce your name sort of correctly, that you understand who I'm referring to. Carol, Desmond, Diana, Thomas. There's Ellen's iPhone 11 Pro Max. Mummy Claire, welcome to you. Always great to see you. Eric Kessler, Farah GV Rao, not sure. And then it looks like Jager, Jane Burr, and Jitendra Singh, Julie, welcome. Jumana, welcome to you. And then there's an M Modi, welcome to you. Mustafa, welcome. Narendra, welcome to you. Neil Ingram, sorry. Rajedra, welcome to you. Alan G from South Africa, welcome to you. The good old faithfuls. Ola. No, I'm going to try that one again. Low. Terika Dodd, Zoran Zorro, welcome to you. Okay, that's all I have for now. And yeah, I have posted this on all the Facebook groups that I'm on. I've also posted it on the Leadership Council wall as well as in the community, hoping that everyone will get to see or watch the replay.
Marina, we are live on YouTube. I've also just posted the link for those who are not able to join Zoom, whether at this point or in the future.
Welcome to the Onpassive Lions team. I'm going to hand it over to our hosts and co-hosts, Stephen Watson and Jacob. Thank you very much.
Okay. This is Stephen coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Not as cold today as it normally is, but wow. We have today 2 great guests, and as we were talking before, some of you came on. India, as a lot of you may know who are plugged in, is close to probably 50% of our Onpassive family. And today we have 2 really special guests. One is actually in India, and the other is of Indian heritage, but has traveled to India numerous times over the course of his amazing life. But before we get started, as Jacob says, this is of the Onpassive Lions team, and it was started by Desmond Okezi in Lagos, Nigeria, Jacob in Namibia, along with Lady Anastasia, who probably won't be with us today, and myself. And then we had Marina, who was gracious enough to join us several months after we got started, and she's the one who pretty much put us on the map. Everybody knows Marina is a great connector. So as of today, we have this on a weekly basis, and it's generally a question and answer session, because that's how we started, because we're growing at such a rapid rate to keep our members informed. So we decided to have a Q&A session. Initially, Michael Williams, a lot of everybody knows Michael Williams. He was with us in the beginning, because he's very knowledgeable about Onpassive. He has a close relationship with our CEO, Ashma Farah. So he was also gracious enough in the beginning to be on with us to answer questions. But we all know he's in high demand and he has his own meetings, so he's not able to be with us on a regular basis anymore. He was with us about 3 weeks ago when we had Angela, also Angela Curry from Jamaica, who lives in Canada, who's another AIM member. But today we have two special guests, like I said. But I wanted to start out today, guys, and just a brief, I just want to share some things that I've been thinking about recently, and especially as we get closer to launching, soft launch, everybody's anxious, everybody's anticipatory, and it can cause a lot of human emotions to come into play. And I was on the phone for about an hour with Charles Osang and Michael Williams this morning. We're talking about certain things. Well, one of the things that sort of struck me, and it's something that Michael said, and what I want to first say is leadership, using the word leadership. Now, for me personally, I usually cringe when I hear the word leadership or leader as it refers to me, because I have never really considered myself as a leader. I'm a very independent person, very spontaneous. I like to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, whenever I want to do it. So I've led my life in a very singular manner for a lot of time, even though I have been married, I'm divorced now, I have 4 kids. But that didn't necessarily curb my sort of individual nature. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is in sense of the word leadership. Now, I've been called a leader, like I'm here on this Lions team, and I've been referred to as a leader. A lot of the people on my team in Africa look upon me as a leader, which I have no issues with, and I humbly take up that mantle. But with current circumstances in Onpassive, I've seen recently, I feel that word leadership, I want to put a different light on it today. Now, as I said before, I usually cringe when I hear that word leader. But when I thought about it based on our conversation this morning, I said, we are all leaders in our own right, because even if we're a leader of one, which is ourselves, and I feel that's something that we should take very seriously in a sense of leadership, even if you don't have a team or you don't have family or you don't consider yourself as a leader in any respect. We should all take up that mantle of being a leader of ourselves. And the reason why I say that is based on conversation that I've seen regarding our Onpassive family and the launch and the soft launch, a lot of people are projecting that leadership role upon other people. Namely, like our CEO, we know he's a leader of Onpassive, and our great leaders like Dr. Idris, who I have on today, Bobby, Bill Williams, Michael Williams, the Onpassive Nation guys, Marty, Dan, and Mike. And we forget to realize that as much as these people are in a leadership role, and we sort of expect them to give us information, provide us with knowledge, and provide us with different updates and so on and so forth, each of us can and should be a leader of ourselves. And when we take up that mantle and being our own leader, then we can sort of relieve a lot of the burden or unnecessary anxiety that we place upon these leaders, so to speak, who are in the limelight. And the reason I say that is with the soft launch imminent, and people are wondering when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, why it hasn't happened yet. And we keep projecting outside of ourselves and looking to people to give us directions as to when or where it might happen. One thing I want to say is nobody, and that's one of the conversations that we had this morning with Michael and Charles, nobody wants the Onpassive to launch more than Ashma Farah. And we say that, I know you have heard that before, but I feel at this time that we really, really, really take that to heart, because it is absolute truth. So when we think about the fact that 2 years have passed, going on probably 2.5 years now, I've been in since January of 2019. So I've celebrated my second anniversary today. The 25th of January 2019 is my second anniversary. I didn't even realize that until I looked at the date just now. This is the second anniversary, second year that I've been in Onpassive. And of course, Ash has had the idea before. So when we wonder why it hasn't happened yet, there's so much in place, an analogy that Michael gave, and I want to share with you guys today. If you're building a house, and some of you might have, some of you might not have, but we all know the process that goes in building a house. So you're a family of, say, 4 people, husband, wife, 2 kids, and you contract someone to build a house for you, and it is taking 2 years or more. And finally say, enough is enough, man, I'm going to move into this house. Enough of this waiting. I've been looking at it, it looks nice. My neighbors are wondering what's happening, why this is taking so long. I'm going to move into this house. The contractor said, okay, the house is not ready. Mr. Watson, Mr. and Mrs. Watson, this house is not ready. You need to wait until I'm done. Everything is properly in place. And he said, no. I said, no, I'm going to move in anyway. So I move into the house. There's not enough structural integrity, and something happens and the house collapses and people are injured. Probably even some people have lost their lives. Who do you think is going to be blamed for that occurrence or that happening? It's going to be the contractor, not the person who decided to move in opposition to what the contractor has said. It's the contractor, because everybody's looking to him as the person who's building the structure to make sure that it's in its proper integrity before he invites someone to move in. And that analogy can be passed on to Onpassive. Ash knows what it's going to take to make Onpassive the great solid structure that it needs to be. And what we need to understand is that he is not going to be rushed or coerced into that decision, because if anybody has been in contact with Ash, knows that his heart is for humanity. He looks upon us as his family, and he's not going to put his family in a compromising position by inviting them to dwell in a house that is not yet complete. So again, back to the leadership. If we understand that analogy and then in turn look upon ourselves as leading ourselves individually, then we can give ourselves a break, give our leaders a break, give this whole waiting process a break, and decide to lead ourselves by being informed, being plugged in whatever way. And Michael Williams say that all the time. It doesn't matter how much you can do, but whatever you can do, be proud in doing it, knowing that this company belongs to us as much as it belongs to Ash, because he has told us that. He's the one who is doing all the heavy lifting. He's doing, as he said, he can show us the dirty, he can show us the nasty, but he doesn't do that. He's like Bobby. Bobby's a positive guy. He doesn't dwell in negativity, and that's the same way with our Ash Mufara. He doesn't dwell in negativity because it's easy to get negativity. You are surrounded by it every day. You share, you talk among your peers or whatever. So if we can just concentrate on leading ourselves, understanding what Ash is not trying to accomplish. In fact, he has accomplished, in my opinion. It's just that we haven't seen the finished product as yet. And take that to heart on a daily, consistent basis. And as we move forward into soft launch and the hard launch of the company, and just be proud of what we have and be very grateful and privileged to be a part of what we are. And the 2 people I'm going to introduce today, I feel sort of signify that, as I mentioned before, Bobby. I won't use the word dictionary because anybody use dictionaries anymore, but I would say that if you Google Bobby the Rag, then, I mean, if you Google positivity, Bobby's picture, smiling face is going to show up, because this guy oozes positivity. And you'll hear that as he speaks today. And also we know our beloved Dr. Idris Modi, the master storyteller. I don't know where he gets them from, but we all love it when Dr. Modi tells his story, because they have such impact. And I said nothing really get the message across as a good story does. So with that being said, guys, I'm privileged to be here among all of you, and I'm just going to turn it over. Whoever wants to speak first, I didn't really have an agenda as far as who goes first. But like I said, guys, this is a very open forum. We're not here to interview you. We are here for you to share your story and just anything that's on your mind as it relates to your journey with Onpassive and where you see us. And of course, I know Dr. Mode is going to have a story for us. So, Bobby, do you want to deflect to Doctor, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I don't mind. I'm happy to be here. But yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Bobby DeRag, and I am a very, very happy founder in what I believe to be one of the only best businesses online, offline today, globally. I know that's a very big statement, but I've been online for quite some time, and hand to heart, I have never seen anything like Onpassive. I can start from scratch. When I first listened to 2 videos from Mr. Ash Mufarah, I didn't know who Ash Mufarah was, but sometimes you go with your heart and not with your mind. And I've been online, as I said, for quite some time, and I've been scammed. I've lost money. I've been betrayed. But I will say one thing, that when I did join those ventures, my heart didn't feel right. I felt something wrong when I jumped into those ventures. But when I listened to those 2 videos by our amazing CEO, I felt an incredible pleasure. I felt really at ease that what this person is saying, it kind of related to me, and everything that he was saying, it kind of really made me feel great. So I joined straight away. And once I did join, I educated myself on everything that was Onpassive. And each and every day that I've been with this amazing company, it just blows me away. I mean, where do we start? I mean, we've got nearly 461,000 plus founder positions now, globally in over 200 countries. And none of us have got paid yet. I mean, that's a first in itself. I mean, why would you join something that's not paid anyone? 461,000 plus positions, and no one's got paid yet. Why? When I first went to one of the first webinars, excuse me, Ash finds any excuse he can to sit with us in his webinars. He really enjoys our company, and we enjoy his company, obviously. And sometimes these webinars can go on for 3-4 hours. I mean, you can imagine in that time, we're just like friends. We're talking to each other, and the stuff that he tells us, it just blows us away. I mean, from what we were to what we are today. I mean, it was when he first. It's like from day one, before he even mentioned it to even the first person, he had the whole thing mapped out. That I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And he's lived up to everything that he said so far. And I mean, for now, I mean, we've even got our own building now. I mean, in Hyderabad, in India, we have our own 6-story building, and we're employing about 600 to 700 staff that are working round the clock. We've had 29 of our founders based in India that have visited the building. So when you see things like this happening, it just makes you so comfortable to see that kind of movement. I mean, see, Onpassive, what it is, the name says everything, really. I mean, you're going to get your own business, and you're going to get your own business basically on a plate. And what I mean by that is, the most important part of Onpassive is to join. Once you join, you're basically going to be set for life. Again, that's a massive statement when I say you're going to be set for life. Because what's going to happen once we launch, and we're not sure when we're going to launch yet, but there's a reason for that, of course. Ash, behind the scenes, is doing so many things. And obviously he can't tell us everything because there are some, unfortunately, negative people in every business. So once you join, you're going to get a business on a plate, which means you're going to get your own domain name, which is going to be sent globally all over the world, any means possible that will attract customers. And our market is, I think, about 4 billion people right now. And the reason for that is because we have 50 plus proprietary products, which we call portfolios, that cover every spectrum of online and offline business. Now, with these, once these customers come in, this is what is going to give us our commission, which is going to be based daily. I mean, basically, Onpassive is a complete system. It's automated. It's run on AI technology, artificial intelligence, the state-of-the-art AI technology. You're going to get, if you come in as a founder, you're going to get traffic, targeted traffic, which is going to be sent to your own domain, not to Onpassive's domain. It's going to be sent to your domain. Remember, I told you this is your business. And from there on, your commissions just grow. And it's what we like to say is it's a walk away business. I mean, you can engage in the business if you want. You can learn about the products, but say you get up one morning and you don't feel like doing anything, you're still going to be making money. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Warren Buffett. He said, if you don't make money with your sleep, then you're going to be working for someone for the rest of your life. I mean, I don't know if Ash has taken that on board, because basically that's what Onpassive can do for you. It's just basically so amazing. Every time I talk about it, I get overwhelmed, because it's everything that I've ever everything that you've ever wanted in a business is provided here at Onpassive. I mean, I've looked for a very, very long time for something like this. And the reason why I kept falling and getting up, in other words, getting scammed and getting up, getting scammed and getting up, and trying again, is because somewhere in my heart, I knew there was someone out there in this world that does actually care about other people. Now, being a founder in Onpassive it's not a right, it's a privilege. Because what you have to remember is Ash Mufarah, our CEO, he didn't have to do this. What he's doing right now, working around the clock, day and night, getting the legalities fixed, speaking to his team in India, in Florida. Basically, he's running around like a headless chicken. And you ask yourself, why is he doing this? For little old me, for all the other 460,000 plus founders? Well, it's because he has a very, very big heart. And I can say that because I have had an audience with Ash on numerous occasions. And you'll notice that once you come to one of our founder webinars, how genuine this person is. And as I said, once you get to know Ash, you know you're in the right place, because there's nothing like this person on this planet. And then, again, that's a massive statement. But when this guy talks, I mean, you ask him a question, he's got 3 answers for that question. That's how ahead he is of everyone or everything. But coming back to the thing about his heart, I mean, who does what he's doing? I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I've been in Onpassive for nearly 2 years now, well, more than 2 years. And it's every day I get up with I jump out of bed. I mean, he's brought back a massive skip in my step when I get up or walk out of the house and stuff like that. It makes me so happy to be here. It's changed my life, and it's going to change a lot of people's lives. And let's not forget, it's going to change millions of lives around the world. I mean, there's so much I can say about Ash. So much I can say about Onpassive. The whole thing is just such a dream come true. And no one's paid me to say this. I haven't even got paid yet. I haven't received a cent from this gentleman, not even a cent. And the reason why I'm saying it is because this is the real deal. What you need to do, hand to heart, what you seriously need to do is really do your due diligence. You really need to look deeply into this business that we've been offered by this incredible person. And my honest opinion to you, I'm a very religious man, as you can see. My honest opinion to you is do not miss this. We are going to be going into soft launch very soon. At the moment, founder positions are $97. I mean, for what you get in return for just paying that is mind-boggling. I mean, when I first watched those two videos, I was waiting for the catch that this is going to cost a lot of money to get in. But when I found out it was only $97, I couldn't find my credit card or debit card quick enough. You must not let this pass you by. You must get in before it's too late, because once we go into soft launch, which is going to be soon, we're not sure how long our CEO is going to run that. It could be a couple of weeks, it could be a month, maybe more. But once the soft launch starts, founder positions are going to go to $149, which is still, in my honest opinion, a bargain for what you're getting in return. I mean, what you're getting in return is an income for life. You're going to get set up for life. You'll never need to worry about money again. Let's put it that way. And you don't even have to run the business. The business runs for you 24/7 globally. Your market is 4 billion. You have 50 plus products that customers all over the world want because they're better, they're cheaper, and they're made with the latest AI technology. And they're made by us, Onpassive staff. We employ the top engineers available to any company today. You have no idea how strict and stringent Ash's employee work to get into Onpassive as an employee is so stringent and so strict. He wants only the best. So once we go into soft launch, it's going to be $149. And then once Ash decides to finish the soft launch, founder positions are going to go forever. There won't be any. The only way you can come in then is as a customer or as a customer reseller. But the benefits you're going to get as a founder, we get bonuses, we get revenue share, we get 2 or 3 different ways to get targeted traffic. Basically, your business will grow quicker. I mean, your business is going to grow anyway. Everyone wins at Onpassive. But once you're a founder, your business will tend to grow slightly quicker. And time frames are cut, which is why everyone's a founder. I mean, if you can bring more people in as well, your time frame cuts even more. But there's nothing going, you're never going to find anything like this business. Every day I pray to God and I say, thank you for bringing me to Onpassive. You might think I'm exaggerating, or you might think I'm crazy, or you might think I'm reading a pitch. I can shut my eyes and talk if you want me to. This is going to be so amazing that you will not regret joining Onpassive. If you do, then you come, I'll give you my address. You can come beat me up. You will not regret joining this company. I implore you to please do your due diligence. Look under every rock, find anything that you can about Onpassive, and then make that decision to change your life, change the life of your family, your friends, and your future generations, believe it or not. Because once you come into Onpassive, not only you will be set for life, your children's children will be set for life, because this just grows. It's going to grow to such, it's like when you go into a restaurant and you get a drink and it's bottomless. You can keep filling it up. That's what Onpassive is. The abundance and prosperity that is available here. I personally have never seen it before in my life, and I'm so grateful that I'm here. And I think I'd better give someone else a chance to talk, because I can carry on talking about Onpassive forever and ever and ever and ever.
Bobby, sorry, I did pronounce your name incorrectly. It's Bobby Dirag. Is that correct?
Hey!
Yay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much
for correcting me there. But, you know, we absolutely love and adore you. You are really one of the most positive people I've ever met. And I've met quite a few, especially in the Onpassive journey, and you're right up there. I was curious to know, who was it that introduced you to the business, and what was your initial sort of feeling of when what did they present to you? What did they say to you, and what made you go for it?
Well, is my good friend, Tony Monk. I've known Tony for many years on Facebook. And I was actually introducing him to a business that I was just about to start. And every time I'm going to start a business, I always go to Tony, because he's my biggest critic, and he will tell me he won't ever think that, oh, this might hurt Bobby or anything like that. He'll tell me, like, don't do this. So basically, I was introducing him to a business, and he looked at the business and he said, "What in God's name are you doing? You can't do this. I've got something for you that you need to look at." So he sent me the 2 videos over. And when I looked at these 2 videos, I looked at them once, twice, thrice. I mean, I literally, for each word that Ash was saying, I was registering it. That, did he say he's going to do that? Yes, he did say that. Did he say he can do this as well? Yes, he did say that. So once that was confirmed, I'm a very optimistic person. I mean, I've been, as I mentioned, I'm sure we all have, I've been scammed, I've been betrayed, I've lost money. I mean, my family think I'm absolutely insane. They think I'm mentally losing it. All they want me, because what it is, when I first came online, when I first started venturing into this online stuff, I used to get really excited about businesses. Oh, look, I've just joined this, and it's going to do this, and it's going to do that. And eventually, it's a sad fact of life that excitement starts to go really low, because in your heart, I have always felt sort of a darkness about once I've joined the business, because it felt that I don't think these guys are going to pull this off. I mean, I've made money, but there was no longevity. There was no structure in the businesses that I was making money in. So it's kind of a fact where you know that it's going to go sooner or later. I mean, the worst feeling in the world is when you get up in the morning to check your account and you can't log in. That's really painful. But you shrug it off and you keep going, because my why is so big that I have no choice but to keep going, because I refuse to accept a mediocre life. I mean, we're all entitled to happiness, and you're not going to get happiness working in a job. I mean, you have no idea how many jobs I've had. It's because it's not something that I want to do. I'm only doing it because I have to do it. But when I saw those two videos, and I joined literally after the third or fourth, after watching it 3 or 4 times, I contacted Tony Monk, and I told him, like, where do I sign? See, what it is, Richard Branson said, look, if you don't understand something, join it anyway and learn after you've joined, because it might be the most important thing that you've ever done in your life. And I honestly, hand to heart, believe this is the most important step that I've taken in my life, to join Onpassive, because I've never seen anything like this. I've never come across a person like Ash Mufarah. I mean, the guy is so genuine. We had a webinar, 2 weeks ago, and he was actually just coming out of a meeting. He was in his car. He parked his car and he joined us in the webinar, and he sat in that car for over 3 hours talking to us about what he's doing, encouraging us. And he showed us something about a tree. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention that, but that kind of really amazed me, that this guy, wow, And the other thing is that I also want to mention is that he mentioned in one of our webinars that, see, what it is here, the abundance and the prosperity is a done deal. I mean, this is going to be really hard for anyone to understand this, because we all only think about money. When I first joined Onpassive, yes, I was only thinking about the money. I'm going to make so much money here. I'm going to buy the biggest house. I'm going to travel all over the world. I'm going to buy a Bentley. I'm going to buy a Rolls Royce. But in time, those things, it's like we're so sure of our success here financially that we don't even talk about the money now. What we talk about now is how we are going to help other people around the world. There was a massive example that Ash said, that once I've helped you to time and financial freedom, what are you going to do then? Are you going to go and buy a yacht? Are you going to go and buy a $30,000 watch or an expensive car? What about that child that doesn't have shoes and goes to school barefoot? And when he said that, I'm sure it's not just me, but he hit me so hard with that it completely changed my perspective on what I intended to do and what I am going to do now. I mean, Onpassive has changed my life. It's changed my Onpassive. I say Ash Mufarah has changed our mindset in such an incredible way that we all are so fortunate to be here. And It's just a game changer. I mean, there's nothing like it. Please don't miss this. I'm telling you, you will regret it. You're going to be jumping around like a headless chicken from one program to the other, just like I was. And you're not going to find anything like Onpassive. This is home now for me. I'm at home now. You know, I don't have to look anywhere else for anything else now. I mean, I still get offers. I still get emails. Unsubscribe, 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 unsubscribe. I'm not interested. I'm home. I found my calling. I can go on. I can carry on. You want me to carry on?
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for that. There's just one thing that I noticed. You've got a tattoo on your hand.
Yeah, it means there is only one God.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm a Sikh by. I'm a Sikh by religion. We're based in India, in Punjab, North India. I think there's only about 25 million of us. We're a quite young religion, maybe 350 years old. But yeah, this means basically there is only one God.
Awesome. That's fantastic. We definitely get back to you just now. I'm sure there's a few people that have a few questions for you. But take it over, Stephen or Jacob, to introduce our one and only Dr. Idris.
Okay, so thank you very much, Bobby. As Marina says, and a lot of people know that you have been around for a while. You have a very big presence in the community as well. So thank you for coming on and sharing what you did. So as we move from somebody who's from India to somebody who's actually in India, our old very Dr. Idris Modi. So the floor is all yours, sir. And I did share your accomplishment, and probably you could speak to that a bit, that you are recognized, I think, globally as one of the top doctors in the naturopathic field, which is close to my heart, because I've never been a person. I know medicine on a whole is important, but as I talk about in the beginning of the talk about leadership, from a very young age, I never considered official medicine to be the be all and end all. I've always sort of gravitated toward Eastern medicine, Chinese, Indian. And I guess the fact that I was born at home, I wasn't born in a hospital. I've never spent a night in a hospital. I've never been operated on. I don't take medications. So it's just like a natural outpouring. So for me to be associated with you, Dr. Modi, and what you're doing for your life journey is really, really a special treat. So go ahead and take it over, Dr. Modi.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And thank you, Marina, Jacob, and all the teammates of African team to invite me today in your webinar. And really, it's a great pleasure for me. Thank you, my fellow Bobby. You spoke very well, very nicely explained all the things. Really, really great to listen to you. And I would like to introduce myself, but before that, I want to tell good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, because there are people from different parts of the world. So if you are from India also, and so good wishes to all of you. And I'm Dr. Idris Modi from India, herbal and naturopathy specialist. I'm in this field since last 15 years, and already I was in many MLM concepts of the health products, because I do not do any other like money rotation or crypto or anything. I like the food supplements and the food herbal products. So there are many companies. I think most of the MLM companies, they deal in 70 to 80% companies, they are in food supplements. So in India, we have a lot of companies, big companies like Vestige, and I would like to name Amway and Fohaway. So these are the big companies in which I was. But from last 5 years, I was engaged in my own company, Burhani Natural Science, and we manufacture the herbal products and we do the herbal treatments. So I was not interested in this MLM and all, and I left it 5 years before. But one day I got a phone call from Jaswant, and me and Jaswant were doing one company, MLM company, a few years back, like Power Strip or something. It was a pain strips. So Jaswant told me that, Dr. Modi, this is the company from USA, and they are all around the world. It's the one. It's this is 1 year. Last year it was last year. I think July or something. Date. I don't remember it exactly, but it's July. So in July, AA called me and I said, no, Jaswant, I'm not interested in this type of, and I don't understand what is artificial intelligence and all. And he said, okay. And then a few days went off. And after a few days, one morning when I was in my prayers, in my namaz, and I was just kneeling down, and the thought of the Jaswant came in my mind, and I was just thinking that why I'm thinking of Jaswant. There is no connection. I have not even thought of him or anything, but why suddenly this thought of Jaswant came? So I thought it might be some message from the God, Allah. So I just called Jaswant. I was waiting to be because it was 5 a.m. In the morning, and I waited for 5 more hours, and around 10 a.m. I called Jaswant. Jaswant, you were telling me about some business. So what is it? He said, oh, Dr. Modi, it's a lot of people have joined. It's more than 1 lakh people, 1 million people. So I said, okay, Jaswant, give me the details. I will look into it. And Jaswant sent me the videos and all things, and I studied for 2 to 3 days. And after that, I decided to join this company. And I did, because it's my habit that whatever work I do it very honestly and with full dedication. So I kept on studying the materials and all videos and all things. And then I decided that I must do this company, and because this is a new type of plan, because as a doctor we can support our patients by giving them free medicines and free treatment, but to make them earn, to teach them how to earn is a bigger thing, because treatment they can get from any doctor. But if I teach them how to earn and how to develop their standard, so I decided that I must go in this business. And from that day, I started, along with my herbal business, I started doing Onpassive. And month by month, as the time went off, then that my herbal business hours become less, and Onpassive hours become more. And at present, I have many of my friends and my patients, they have joined Onpassive, and I'm just lucky to be in a leadership council just in a few months. And really, I thank to Ash, and he is really I don't know whether how to describe him, because he is extraordinary. This man is all the qualities which are in this world. He have all the qualities. And I just name him the king of gifting, because he gifts so many things to us. He has gifted us Onpassive, this type of big business, and he has changed life of so many in India. In India, the people, they were very much frustrated by this MLM business and all. But after this joining Onpassive, they have not earned anything till now, but they are all satisfied, and they know that the future is bright. And really, in India, the Onpassive is spreading so fastly, because now we have reached a 50% of our count in Onpassive. We are more than 50%. And day by day, because India is such a big country, and there's such a big scope to develop Onpassive. So even I think even 1 to 2% people in India now know the Onpassive, and we are spreading it. And really, it will be within a few months, coming few months, Onpassive will spread like anything in India, like a fire. And it has changed my life also. People, we have different achievements in our life, and as a doctor I have so many certificates and so many achievements, but this achievement as a leadership council member is a big achievement for me. And to get a gift from Ash, it's really a biggest gift in my life. This is the iPhone which I got, iPhone Pro 12. This is the phone. So really, and I have 3 definitions of success. Success is not the absence of problems. It is overcoming the problem. And second definition is success is not measured by how high you reached. Success is measured how many times you rise after falling. That is called success. And the third definition of success is not measured how we are doing in comparison to others, but measured how we are doing according to our capacity. So success definition, these are the 3 definitions which I tell people about the success. And on what Ash says that Onpassive wants to do something different. We don't want to harm anyone in any way. We believe we can provide a better life for everyone, so the dream and the vision become bigger. We want to be a great value to everyone who uses the internet, around 5 billion people out of 8 billion. We decided to complete this and add more and more. These are the words of Ash. In a nutshell, Onpassive is bringing the world on a concrete base and foundation to improve our life and lifting other people. We want to give style, prosperity, money, dignity, and easier life, earning love from family and living legacy. Vote of Onpassive is built fairly and legally by Ash Mufare to rescue our community of digital world and whole humanity. So, what is the excellent truth? Excellent, how we describe the truth? In a theater, when a drama plays, you opt the front seats, but when the film is screened, you opt the rear seats. Your position in life is only relative, not absolute. For making soap, oil is required, but to clean oil, soap is required. This is the irony of life. Only 2 categories of people in life are happy. One is mad, and the other is child. Be mad to achieve a goal. Means you should be like anything mad, like to achieve your goal, and be child to enjoy what you achieved. Enjoy the life. Neither you can hug yourself, nor you can cry on your own shoulder. Life is all about living for one another. So live with those who love you the most. Relations cannot be understood by the language of money, because some investment never give profit, but they make us rich. Some investments never give profit, but they make us rich. Onpassive business is not only a business, besides it teaches to develop good qualities in every part of our body. One day, I always like to tell stories. So there's a small story. One day, one person climbed up a mountain where a hermit woman was meditating. She had taken refuge and was asked, "What are you doing here alone in such a solitude place?" To which she replied, "I have lot of work." "And how do you have so much work? I don't see anything around you here." So the woman replied, "I have to train 2 hawks and 2 eagles, 2 rabbits and 1 snake, and motivate 1 donkey and tame a lion." The woman replied, "And where they have gone that I don't see them?" The man said, "And where they are, I cannot see them. I have inside here within me. The hawks stare at on everything that is present to me, good or bad. I have to work on them to see only good things. They are my eyes. Hawks are my eyes. The 2 eagles with their claws hurt and destroy. I have to train them not to hurt. They are my hands. Rabbit wants to go where they want. At the same time, they do not want to face difficult situations. I have to teach them to be calm, even if there is suffering or stumbling. They are my feet. They are my feet. The donkey is always tired, stubborn, and does not want to carry the load each time I walk. That is my body. The most difficult to tame is snake. Although it is locked in a strong cage of 32 bars, it is always ready to sting, bite, and poison anyone else near. I have to discipline it. That's my tongue. I always have 1 lion. Oh, how proud, vain he thinks that he is a king. I have to tame him. And that's my ego. So, you see, my friend, I have lots of work. The woman said that I have lots of work. I have to tame all this, think and reflect. We all may have the same lot of work on ourselves. We have the biggest tool Onpassive, which connects us with founders all around the world having qualities, humble nature, and helping attitude, just like Marina. So let us stop criticizing, evaluating, and judging others. In the next day, let's first work on ourselves. So I want to also tell one story about the hesitation. You know, when I joined Onpassive, I had some hesitation at that time. Few of my friends, few of my relatives, few of my family members, they were telling me that this will not work. But I did not listen to all of them, and I take a strong step to join it. So hesitation is a very dangerous thing. Whenever we hesitate, we go back. So regarding this story of Neil Armstrong, I think you all must have heard about Neil Armstrong. He is the first person to set his foot on the moon. But do you know who was supposed to be the first person? Many don't know. His name is Edwin C. Eldarin. He was a pilot for the Apollo mission. He was working for American Air Force. Moreover, he had experience of spacewalking, hence selected as the pilot. Neil Armstrong worked for American Navy. He was selected for his courage as co-pilot. When the Apollo mission landed on moon, they received a command from NASA. Pilot first. But Eldarin was hesitant. What will happen? Will I be get sucked or will I burn out, etc. His hesitation, the hesitation was not for hours, but for only for few seconds. In the meantime, NASA sent the next command, co-pilot next. Within second, Neil Armstrong put his foot on the moon and become part of world history. The world history was changed in 1 second. Though Aldarin had a qualification and talent, because of hesitation, he is not recognized as many recognized by many people. The world remember only the person who comes first. This is the good example on how people lose out because of hesitation and fear. Whenever you see the moon, remember this. A moment hesitation can stop us from our great victory. We all have great potential in us. The only thing that stops us from achieving what we are supposed to achieve is our hesitation, fear, and shyness. So, friends, do not hesitate. Take a strong step and have a confidence that you can do it. So, what sometimes what happens that we think that we are not capable of doing this thing, and we have not a big team, so how can we will get success or what? But you have to make a team yourself. You have to develop the relation with the people and make a habit to help them, and as you help them, they will be with you, and you can make a big strong team. A few years ago, at the Seattle Special Olympics, there was an Special Olympics. 9 contestants, all physically and mentally disabled. They are all physically and mentally disabled. It was a Special Olympic assembled at the starting line for a 100-yard race. At the gunpoint, they all started out, not exactly in a dash, but with a relish to run the race to the finish and win. All that is except one little boy who stumbled uh, on the running track, tumbled over the couple of times and began to cry. The other eight heard the boy cry. They slowed down and looked back. Then they all turned around and went back, every one of them. One girl with Down syndrome bent down and kissed him and said, "This will make it better." Then all 9 linked arms and walked together to the finish line. Everyone in the stadium stood and the cheering went on for several minutes. People who were there are still telling the story. Why? Because deep down we know this one thing that matters in this life is more than winning for ourselves. So, what matters in life is helping others to win, even if it means slowing down and changing your course. But you should help others. So, mm, this is what we did in our journey to Hyderabad office. We were 29 of the leaders from India, from different states of India, somewhere from South India, somewhere from Central India, somewhere from North India, some are from this Bengal, and we all gathered in Hyderabad for 3 days. And it was really amazing visit. We get such first I would like to tell you about the building. The building is a 5 floor building with 6th floor is a paint house. And it's the building is such a nicely developed. Everything is perfect in it. On the basement there is auditorium. On the 1st floor there is a office for more than 600 staff. 2 floors are engaged and manager cabins, and there is a conference room, 2 conference room, big conference room. And inbuilt cafeteria was there. There's a COVID center for testing the COVID. And means office of Ash Mufare. It's a big office, a good office. And the staff was so humble and so good that even the you can say the office boy or the peon, they are so humble. And everyone treated us, we were treated like a VIPs. When we entered the office, we were welcomed by the flowers. And because we were the first to visit the office. We were the first from the founders who visited the office. And it was a great pride for us to be the first to visit the office. And when we entered the office, it was just like we are entering in our own office. And there we lit the lamp, and different culture programs were held, and when we also talked to a few staff there, and they were so happy, so happy. Each one is qualified. Somewhere qualified. Some are qualified in Java. Some are qualified in I don't know. I know the language of computers, but different. They are all on the top level fields from the computer languages. So they must be having a big salary also. So we were just thinking that how much experience Ash is doing. Is really a great man. Everyone. I don't know how this man is doing work sitting in USA and controlling all the world, all the world. And whenever we talk to any founder, he says, "Oh, Ash takes care of me." And I can't understand how the Ash can take care of so many founders, but all have something to say about the Ash. So this is God gifted. This is not anything from this world. It's God gifted. And this plan, I can say it's from the sky, from Allah. So really we are very lucky. We are very lucky to be in this company. And I have once again, I assure you all that we are all having a bright future, and there's nothing to worry. Many are asking, when is the soft launch? But I know Ash is doing lot of things in India. We are having a team of lawyers in India. They are submitting the products to the Indian government for approval. They are working on many other registrations in India, more than 16 registration in India. And Ash is going to have an interview with this Times of India. Times of India is the leading newspaper of India. We can say it's on first level of the newspapers in India. So soon we will be hearing the interview of Ash with Times of India. So, and this will be a great pride for us also. So now just I want to finish my speech, and I would like to again thank you all for listening me. And if you have any questions, we are here to answer. And thank you, Marina, and thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Modi. Wow. I just love your stories. I must be honest, the first time you told your story, and I think it was also when we were getting used to different accents. Now I'm getting more tuned into Indian accent, African, Nigerian, Cameroon. Everyone's got a different accent. And at first, when you started telling your story, I couldn't understand what you were saying right back in the beginning. But now I just zone in, and they are phenomenal. I absolutely love your stories, and I don't know where you get them from, but they are such great pearls of wisdom, and we absolutely love it. I just can't say more about that, because they speak to life, and that's what you do. You're giving us these stories that really you picture yourself, and it's so true. I love the one about the eagle and the snake as a tongue, because we all suffer with that. And also the soap and the oil, great analogy, So yes, I'm sure there's a lot of people that have questions for you. You gave us a lot of information. We were all so jealous of you when you went to Hyderabad, and oh gosh, and it's just awesome, a man of your magnitude and what you've accomplished in life, to say that this is the best gift that you've ever received, being on the Leadership Council, receiving a gift and then going to Hyderabad. It's very humbling to hear that from you. And yes, it is a privilege and it is a gift, and we're also honored to have you with us on the Leadership Council, representing India proudly. And we just love you to bits. Thank you so much. Continue what you're doing, and continue to be a blessing to so many people. Thank you.
And I would also like to thank Gushminder Kushminder is really a pillar of India and pillar of Onpassive business. He's a great
Absolutely.
man, and he brought the business to India, and really is doing hard work and doing a great job. Thanks to Kushminder. Thanks.
What a wonderful place he's in, hey? I mean, India is, if we look in the next few years going forward, India's whole economy is going to change. It's just
Yes.
fantastic. And also a lot of places in Africa, especially Nigeria and Cameroon, Kenya as well, they're doing a lot, you know, so it's going to change the world for the better. I'm so excited for this journey, and there's no way that this can be a scam. I mean, you know firsthand, the building is real, the staff are real, they're hiring the best of the best, they're taking their time in getting the best staff from the biggest companies out there as well. So yes, I'm just so confident in this decision, so glad that we made it here, and what a blessing this is. Thank you.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you.
Just wanted to quickly add, Marina, with regards to everyone or anyone that might be calling Onpassive a scam, you seriously need to go and visit a psychiatrist, I think, to think that this is a scam. I mean, the only thing that they can say is that no one's got paid. And there's a massive reason for that, because you see, what you have to understand is this is Ash's dream project. I mean, if you've ever wanted anything in your life really badly, and you're not gonna jeopardize it by launching early. I mean, I've been in businesses where under the pressure of its founders or its members, the business has started early, and then all you get, and this has happened to me numerous times, all you get is something's going wrong. And we don't want that to happen in Onpassive. And Ash doesn't want that to happen in Onpassive, because he's written it down in stone that he is going to make this the best business in the world. And I believe, and like many founders believe, that he is going to do that, because we've seen the proof, we've seen his heart, we know what this guy is all about. And those that don't know what he's about are making this assumption, because they are relating him to their past failures. And that's understandable. You're entitled to do that, because you haven't had the success that you so much want. But what you're also doing is you're creating a wall, and to get over that wall is going to be impossible for you. You've got to broaden your horizon. You've got to keep trying and keep going forward. And this is basically where you need to really get into and look, go out there, because we're crystal clear. Ash has said from day one that I have nothing to hide. And he's proven that again and again, that he has got nothing to hide. If you can find anything out there, don't join. And I'm saying that because I know you will not find anything. But do you really want to take that chance and miss out while you're looking for something? You don't want to miss this. There's nothing like this. You've got to get in. I don't even know half the people here, if not more than, and I'm encouraging you to do what you have to do to get in. I mean, I understand we're all waiting for the launch. There's a fantastic video by one of my founder colleagues called Mike Ellis. He did a video on do whatever you have to do until we launch. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get in the community, we have our own community where we're allowed to post and share our views. And you sometimes you see, I'm struggling, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They're not seeing the other side of the coin, that once Ash gives us the green light, we're set for life. So between that time until we get the green light. From this time until we get the green light, do whatever you have to do to get to the launch. And that's all we're doing. You remain positive. Don't think that it's just about you. Oh, I want it to launch. When is a soft launch? When is this? They don't matter, because we know it's a done deal. What you have to do is understand that this is happening. We don't have, someone doesn't doesn't buy a building just to show people that, look, I've got a building. There's a reason that, there's a reason why we've got employees. We've got over 600. I mean, there's a reason why he's invited founders to go and look at the building. Also, I forgot to mention is that because there's some founders that have actually received gifts from Ash. I mean, laptops. I mean, Marina, you've received a laptop. Some have received iPhones, like Dr. Idris. I mean, who does that? And why? Because of their positivity, because they're sharing the word of Onpassive. I mean, this is fantastic. We've never seen anything like this, and you never will. So don't miss this. Thanks.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Bobby. This
Okay.
is a
Marina,
fantastic opportunity.
Marina, I just want to say a few words. Bobby, you know, Ash is just like a pencil. You know, pencil. Because you know, when the pencil maker took the pencil, made the pencil. So who is the pencil maker? God is the pencil maker, and Ash is a pencil. So just before putting him inside the box, the pencil maker told 5 things you need to know. It told to pencil that you need to know the 5 things. He told the pencil, before I send you out into the world, always remember them and never forget that you will become the best pencil you can be. First thing is, you will be able to do many great things, but only if you allow yourself to be held in someone's hand. Number 2, you will experience a painful sharpening from time to time, but you will need it to become a better pencil. Number 3, you will be able to correct any mistake you might make. Number 4, the most important part of you will always be what's inside. Number 5, on every surface you are used on, you must leave your mark. No matter what the condition, you must continue to write. The pencil means Ash Mufare understood and promised to remember and went into the box with a purpose in his heart. So he came in this world with a purpose in his heart. Now replacing the place of the pencil with Ash. Always remember them and never forget that you will become the best person you can be. Number 1, you will be able to do many great things, but only if you allow yourself to be held in God's hand and allow other human beings to assess you for the many gifts you possess. Number 2, you will experience a painful sharpening from time to time by going through various problems in life, but you will need to become a strong person. Number 3, you will be able to correct any mistake you might make. Number 4, the most important part of you will be always be what's on the inside. And number 5, on every surface you walk through, you must leave your mark. No matter what the situation, you must continue to do your duties. Allow this parable on the pencil to encourage you to know that you are a special person and only you can fulfill the purpose to which you were born to accomplish. Never allow yourself to get discouraged and think that your life is insignificant and cannot make a change. So this is how I compare Ash with the pencil.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. See, what it is, a lot of people forget that Ash he didn't need to tell anyone about Onpassive. You know, he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart. A lot of people think it's a right. This is a privilege. You know, we're so fortunate that he did share those 2 videos that we saw and told us about Onpassive. I mean, this is going to be so big now, and it comes back to that same thing, that how much money does Ash need? I mean, you know, so why not share it? And to find someone like that in this day and age is really golden, absolutely golden. He's an incredible guy. There's a lot of people out there that don't actually see that. A lot of people think, oh, it's just like the same thing again, or we're just going to go. It's a vicious cycle. It's a cycle that you join something, you lose money, you sit around for a couple of weeks, and then you join something, you lose money, or make a little bit of money, then the thing closes, then you go to the next one. I know I have friends that do that. They tell me to join something. I need to do that. You join something, oh, it's not going to last for very long, so make as much money as you quickly can. And then once it closes, we go to the next thing. I got tired of that. I was tired of it. And by the grace of God, Onpassive came into my life. Now, the thing that I'm thinking now is, how can we get more people into this? How can we help others just like I was helped? Just like Stephen was helped, just like Dr. Idris was helped. I mean, we all had our doubts because we've all been through that same dirt. I mean, they say if you keep going through the darkness, eventually you will see the light. And that's what we've all done. We never gave up. We keep going, because our why was so big. How big is your why? I mean, can you risk not taking a chance here? I mean, it's $97 at the moment.
So Bobby, I want to correct that statement that you just made. And I love you, bro, but honestly, I never had a doubt.
Right.
And it's sort of, I want to circle back to what I started out by saying in the beginning of the call about leading yourself. So for me, I'm not a person who loves to follow the crowd. In fact, my sort of way of thinking is not necessarily as it relates to Onpassive necessarily, but usually when it comes on to like mass media, usually anything that the mass media is promoting, I go in the opposite direction. That's sort of how I have sort of lived my life. So like I said, I've sort of been a sort of an individual. So when I heard about Onpassive, a friend of mine in Jamaica, Arvil Kerr, he and I have been in different, just as you mentioned, Bobby, moving from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. So when he mentioned Onpassive to me, he was like, it's a no-brainer. This is what I have been looking for. So I signed up right away. And not until a year and a half later that I actually started plugging in and started looking at actually what I had, because I just signed up because it made sense. So when I said that I had no doubts, I just saw it and I said, like I said, if this is possible, then why would not I want to be a part of this? But once I started plugging in and started seeing who Ash was, started listening to the idea of Onpassive, and as we know from Jeffrey Morlock, that we are continually growing. We have morphed the word that he uses from what we initially started out to be into what we are today, and we're still morphing. Because again, like you mentioned, Ash, every time he comes on with us, this guy
takes our breath away, man.
This guy, he I don't know, he must be a demolition expert in a past life, because all he does is just explodes our minds every time he comes on. Because as much as we here sit and believe that we know what Onpassive is, or we have an idea of how massive it is, or the impact it's going to have, he comes on and, guys, have you heard of this? Or this, it's another $1 billion company that I'm going to. So that's another thing that people have to understand. I don't want to use the word delay, but the reason why Onpassive is not yet is because all Ash is doing, as he loves to say, stacking the pool. He keeps adding, and the reason he's doing that. While
he's waiting for legalities and stuff like that,
exactly.
he's adding and he's adding, and oh look, I've done this now, and I've done this now.
this guy's mind is like, I see he's one of his idols. He said, Elon Musk. These guys think way outside the box. We talk about thinking outside the box. These guys think like way outside the box. Their box is like big as the universe. So they're always coming up with ideas of, and I think in Ash's, as opposed to Elon Musk, in Ash's case, his box includes us. His mind includes us. His heart includes us. When he's thinking of stuff, like as you heard Marty says, when they're on calls with Ash, it's like anything that is suggested, okay, it might be good for 1, 2, 3, but is it good for everybody? Can everybody benefit? That's the way our CEO thinks. So that whole thing of leading ourselves, I feel is very, very important, because once you can lead yourself, which if we're honest with ourselves, is the only person that we can lead, we have no control over anybody about ourselves. And that's one of the reasons why I believe I shied away from this whole label of being a leader for so long, because I understood that from a very early age, that I cannot control anybody outside of myself. Once you take on a leadership mantle, and we see that a lot of times in our government, which is another thing I'm a big fan of, is that once you get into that leadership position, for a lot of times, people believe that they can control everything. And they want to control everything. It's like this, I don't know if it's this, I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. There's this thing about the mind, okay, I'm a leader, so now I can control this person, I can control that, I can control all of these things. And that drive to control is so anti-humanity, because we all know that we come into this world, as you said, Bob, we come into this world knowing in ourselves that we are here to live life to the fullest. We are here not to be controlled. We're here to live free. We are here as free beings. So when we feel our control being fostered upon us, we will resist it, and that's what causes a lot of strife in the world. I don't want to get political, but if we can just understand that if we take that mantle upon ourselves, okay, I can lead myself. What does that mean? It means, as it relates to Onpassive, I can take the initiative rather than relying, plug into these meetings, plug into as many as I can, but in doing so, learn. Look at the examples like Julia and Milo show that we all have grown to love. That is such an important, that's just, and I was telling my sister just recently, because I got a position for her, and she's one of those who's wondering why things so long. She's a teacher, so she was interested in the O Academy, and of course, having launched it, she's not able to use it, and she was wondering why it's taking so long. And I said, well, I didn't get into it with her, but I said, what you can do is just plug in to the Julia and Milo show. They have people coming on who are teachers who talk about what Academy means to them and what it will mean for them and how it can change. So those little things that we can do, and people say they don't have time. No, if you're listening to something, you can multitask by listening while you're eating, even just before you go to bed. Yeah. What I do, I drive for a living. I drive for FedEx. I do deliveries. So my truck is my academy. That's all I do all day long. I listen to different things, and that's how I've plugged in, and I've gained the passion that I have for Onpassive that I have now by listening to others. Like Dr. Modi said, the pencil is of best use when it's in somebody else's hand. So that is another way that we can just do whatever small thing. And I think that's the thing about it too, because people think it's insignificant, it's too small. It's never too small. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. You finish a journey one step at a time. So that's another mindset change that we need to have in the little things that we do, then adds up into the huge thing. And that's a good example is Onpassive with Ash. It didn't start out being as huge as it is now, when it took it one step at a time, and as he got bigger. And you know, Bobby, from listening to Ash in the beginning, you listen to Ash now and listen to him in the beginning, it's a different person. Absolutely. And he even said it to us on the last call. He said he's not the same person he was 2 years ago. No. And that's a good thing, because you don't want to be stagnant. You don't want, and so if somebody says you're different, take it as a compliment, because it means that you're growing. Hopefully,
Ash is on fire right now.
Yeah, he's on fire. Listen to this guy, man. He's bouncing off the wall. He's all straight, looking young. He's looking like he's 10 years younger. And that's because he has a mission, guys. So I feel the people who constantly ask, like I'm listening to this now, and here's somebody from Africa asking when is the launch going to happen on WhatsApp. And it only happens to people, in my opinion, who are not plugged in or who are not engaged. Because if you are, then you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because it's all around you. Charles Song, a man on a mission. He's on every single day, guys, having meetings. He has an onboarding meeting on Sundays. We have Julian Milo show that I just mentioned before. We have all these different languages. Angie from Germany interpreting all these stuff in all these different languages. We have Valerie on here who's doing sign language for deaf people. So anybody who keeps asking what is happening is because they are not plugged in, guys. So my whole thing is, do not take it personal, because everybody's at a different level. But I would just turn it around on them who asking is, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Because you know what it is, Stephen? They don't get it. They don't get what's going on here. I mean, you know, when I said about the doubt thing, it's because people don't understand what's going on here. I mean, everyone's living in accordance to someone else's plans at the moment. We have now got a chance to live the way we want to live, but it's such a big thing for someone to take in their head that they're bypassing it, and that's why they don't plug in, and they don't. That's why many people are not have doubts about joining Onpassive and stuff like that, because they don't get it. That's why we're doing these webinars. We're doing these public webinars, because we don't want anyone, because that's how big, because of Ash, our heart has grown as well. And because of that, we're sharing, because there's no bit, everyone succeeds in Onpassive. There's no one's left behind. So the more people we can get in, the better we sleep at night, because we know that, oh, we helped him and we helped him. I mean, how many people are here now? We helped you, you know, once you join, you plug in, you understand everything. I mean, I can't keep up with the webinars now. I mean, the Julia Milo show, for instance, we have global webinars daily, if not every 2-3 hours. There's always something going on, because we're a global company. You know, there's always, the sun never sets on Onpassive, because we're in like 200 plus countries. So there's always something going on. I can't keep up. I'm always, as you said, multitasking. You're doing your FedEx, and I've always got my headphone on. I'm always listening to a webinar or catching up with a webinar, because that's the only way I can keep up. I mean, when I'm at work, I'm always in a different, I'm totally switched off to everything else, because I'm listening to another webinar, or because I want to know everything there is about Onpassive. There's nothing that I don't want to miss anything, because this means so much to me. And when people get that, when that clicks, that, oh yes, this is it, they will switch on. But at the moment, people just think, oh, it's just another this and that, and they don't get it. And that's really unfortunate.
Yeah. So Marina, we're going to open up to Q&A if we have anybody.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Guys, if you can please, at the bottom of your screen, there is a reactions button where if you click on it, you can raise your hand. That means you want to speak. I don't know if you can see on my screen, my hand's raised now. Or if you like what someone says, you can add a little heart. If you say it's party time, we are fired up, that's the little explosion. If something no, that's the laughing face, if you found something funny. So yeah, and then obviously the wow. Okay, so everyone that wants to ask a question, like Desmond has just done, please raise your hand. If you can't find it, then please just wave to us. We'll spot you in the crowd. But go ahead, ask your question, and while we have Bobby and Dr. Modi here, hopefully they can help us answer the questions, and let's take it from there. Thank you so much. And Valerie, thank you so much. I see that you're communicating nicely with the hard of hearing, and it's fantastic. Okay, right, Desmond, Do you want to unmute yourself, please, and ask your question? Maybe turn your video on when you speak to us so that we can see you like you can see us. Thank you. Desmond? What happened to Desmond?
I know he was on earlier talking, so he just probably
Just raised his hand now.
Most probably fainted after what we said.
Okay, Robert asked me a question on the box, the chat box, and asked about, are we going to be beta testing a product on the 1st of February? We, as far as Ash said, yes, we will be. We're not sure what the product is. I've got a feeling it might be OConnect, but who knows what, Ash is full of surprises. And whether it happens on the 1st exactly, I don't know either. We have not had confirmation on that other than the last webinar that we had. And another thing, guys, and Dr. Modi can attest to this, us as Leadership Council members do not have any other information other than what's been shared with you guys at the founders meeting. We've actually only had one meeting, actually two, I think. I stand to be corrected, since we've been on Leadership Council with Ash Mufara, and the one meeting literally happened, I think it was 15 minutes, not even everyone got onto it, and it was just a quick, this is what you're going to mention, I'm going to be late for the meeting, please touch base with the people and update them. Other than that, we have not got updates. So a lot of people message us and email us and asking, you know, what information that you think you are it's getting held from you. It's not. It really isn't. We are as much in the dark when it comes to soft launch, when it comes to exactly what the next step is. Everything on Ash does not give us extra privileges as far as information goes, being on the Leadership Council. We are here basically as a shield to protect Ash from any negativity that might go out there. We help with support. I know I'm very, very involved with support, but also I don't have a hotline to support. I have to email a certain person and they have to get back to me. And so, you know, once I've sent the email, that's it. And then also the dedicated support member that I have, she also has to send it to the allocated department. And once it leaves, her ticket is cleared because she's handed it over, and there might be a missing link somewhere in the accounts department and what have you, but everything is getting sorted out. Ash has hired Lisa Soma from Cisco. She was with them for 18 years, and she's obviously in training, and she's got a financial background. So she'll be heading up the financial side of support, because I know that there are quite a few Bitcoin and Cash App payment issues or backlogs. But please, 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 I need to remind you, when you get a new prospect, please encourage them to rather pay with a debit or credit card. It's just so much easier, because the access, or, you know, to get your account activated is almost immediately. So we do encourage that. I know it's an extra $5, but it's so worth it, you know, because you get in access immediately. Thank you. Desmond, are you there? Can you speak now?
Yes, yes. Once again, I greet everyone present, and I'm sorry, I have a light out at the moment, so you can't see my face, but I'm a regular and a leader in my own right. I'm in Stevie Watson team, and I have over roughly 1,000 people in my structure presently. Now I have, I need somebody in Germany to help me make payment for someone in Germany. She have done a free registration. She wants to make payment, but she can't make payment with, she doesn't use credit card according to her, but she has a debit card with a Giro bank in Germany. So she's trying to find out who could help her within Germany to make the payment for her registration. So that is my question, and I would like to know if there is any of our founders in Germany that could be of help to her. Thank you.
To make the payment, or she's just questioning it?
No, she wants to make payments. She's ready to make payment.
Has she tried to use her card?
Yes, but she doesn't know how to use Cash App. She said our debit cards over there in Germany can only allow her make payments, within Germany, but our card is not specified on our back office, the Gold Founders back office, so she can't use our card to make payments. So if there is a one of our Gold Founder out there in Germany that you can link us with, so that that person could, assist her in making payment, that would be fine.
Usually the card, if it's a debit card, if it says Visa or MasterCard on it, you can make a payment online. She would have to check with her bank first, because a lot of the problems that we have is just human error. It's not a problem from Onpassive. So if she phone her bank to say she wants to make this payment, she needs her card to be activated for online payments or overseas payments. That shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if there is anyone from Germany on this call. If you could, maybe you could help us and raise your hand.
Marina,
yeah.
We had Angie on earlier. She's not on with us anymore. But what I believe the issue Desmond is having is, no, she's not on anymore. So we probably could link her privately because she's in the friends group.
Can I also say?
I have a friend there in Germany. Her name is Aviram. So if Desmond wants, I can ask Aviram to help his prospect for doing the payment.
Yeah, I was also going to say if maybe you can do a post in the community, because we have so many German founders. I'm sure they can help out that way as well.
Well, Marina, I know Angie is pretty accessible because she's on a lot of our calls. She's on with us every Monday. So I feel we could start there. But what I believe, Marina, the issue that Desmond is having is that in our back office on the cards, we know the major cards, Visa, MasterCard, and probably Discover or whatever, where you have cards in different countries that are just local to that country or city. And that's the issue I believe he's having. So the person cannot use their card because it's not a Visa or MasterCard. It's probably a local bank that's only in her city or in Germany. So that's the issue that they're having, where they can't use a card to make payment because it's not accepted on our platform. So I guess the help that they need is like, this happened before, because if somebody's local, they can either send the funds to them and then they use their card. Because I know Abdul Razak in Abuja has been doing that, because in Nigeria, that's a big problem, where their local cards have a limit. With Naira, their Naira card has a limit, but if they have a dollar card, then there's no limit. So what he has done, he has the ability to get a dollar card, and he has people send him the funds in Naira or whatever, and then he in turn uses his card to make payment for them. So all we need to do is to get Desmond in touch with Angie or somebody who is in Germany, and I'm sure they can get a result.
Stephen, tomorrow, tomorrow we're having a meeting with Hildegard and Michael Sprotti. He's in Germany, so I can ask him tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. So
thank you so very much. I appreciate that. We'll see how we can link up with you so that we can get connected. Thank you.
Okay.
So Marina, if you have that link for that meeting, you probably can share it in a group as well.
I have just shared my Telegram group. You're all welcome, and your guests are welcome there as well. So you can join that on Telegram, and Antje is on that group as well. So I encourage everyone, if you're on my Telegram group and you know of a webinar, I don't always know of every webinar. Sometimes I don't just get time to check what's happening. and it's a bit too late by the time I discover it, and then I'm joined halfway. So yes, please, if you are on my Telegram group, I know Terry, he is great with posting webinars and what have you. So please, Terry, if you can just say a few words on the different meetings that you know about that's happening around the world, we'd appreciate that. Thank you.
So, Marina, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, anywhere you are in the world. I'm in Onpassive since the beginning, so I'm not new, but I was not active very much. Most of you can imagine. I'm back, and I feel that it's time to have to regroup maybe the French community, because Charles is doing a big awesome job for African communities, French-speaking African communities in Africa. But I think in Europe and also in Caribbean maybe, and in Pacific, we need to have a better how can I send that a better propagation of Onpassive, because it's not very it's a little bit diffuse actually. Too much in English it's perfect because you have anything you can find, but most of the French-speaking people, like the German people, they don't speak English. So I will be very very much in that, and to help you to grow the French-speaking communities in Europe and on the island also.
Okay, Thierry, thank you.
I will start to do some webinar in French, and I will see with Marina, because I just answered you on WhatsApp. I will be in touch. I will be in touch with you to see how we can manage it, and I will start to do some webinars as soon as possible in French. For the
Great,
French.
thank you. You know that Charles's song does have French webinars as well. I'm not sure if you join those. Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah, I've been on it, but it's more for the African community in the countries,
Cameroon,
Cameroon,
yes.
and so on. I mean, in France, if I'm looking at it on YouTube, it's really poor. I mean. Cover of the English community is incredible, because you have the UK community, you have the African community, the US community. Everywhere it's huge. Even yes, even in India and in Asia. But here for the French community, I don't see many French people coming on the webinar. Abel is there, but very often. I mean, we need to regroup all the founders that are in France, because I know I'm not alone, and to find a way to empower more people, because this is our goal of each of us. It is to empower the people around the globe, and Europe and the French community especially is not to be missed.
Thank you very much. And I love it when people step up as leaders to do that, because anyone can have a presentation or do a presentation in your language, you know, to make sure that everyone has a great understanding of this phenomenal opportunity that we have. Thank you, Terry. Abel,
Marina,
yes, you are muted. Yes,
Marina,
sorry, Dr. Idris, yes.
Aviram is telling that she can help in the payment in Germany, and I think she is in the webinar because she is giving me message in WhatsApp. So if Aviram,
yes, Anya's back.
do you know her?
Yes, if that person can please just connect with each other in the chat, Dr. Idris, then they can exchange details privately there. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, Abel, do you want to ask your question? Tell us where you're from as well, please. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. No, you are unmuted, but it's not working. We cannot hear you. Still can't hear you. Sorry. Do you want to try and sort that out? And when you come back on, I realized when I couldn't, my computer was set to headphones and I never had my headphones in. So maybe just check on that. And then when you get back, hopefully we can hear you with your question. Julie, do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Good morning, everyone. I don't have a question. I just wanted to thank you, Marina and Stephen and Jacob. And
this is Julie from the Julie and Milo show. For those of you who have not watched them on YouTube, phenomenal, really phenomenal job they do.
Thank you, Marina. You're such a big supporter, Stephen and Jacob, and everyone here. And I have noticed we have some of our guests coming up. Guests are on here as well. So welcome. Looking forward to talk with you. What a beautiful message Bobby and Dr. Modi shared this morning. What a beautiful message. I love it. And I just wanted to let you know that I like to share this. I speak Vietnamese and I haven't spoke Vietnamese for a while. I only speak like the regular language every day, but I started a Vietnamese webinar. And once I started, I only have 50-something people on there. But when I started, I only have 50 people on there. But I did not know that the Vietnamese community in Vietnam has thousands of people there. So I was so proud that I connected with someone in Vietnam. And so we are going to have a webinar on Friday, every morning, Eastern time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, which is 9 o'clock Vietnam time. I wanted to share that. It's because if you speak other language, you can start your own language. You could start a webinar, step up as a leader and just take it and share your passion. Don't wait for anybody. It's you. You can have your own webinar and put it out there to the community. And we're all going to join and we're all going to support you. So that's just my 2 cents I wanted to share. Thank you so much for allowing me to have that few minutes.
Thank you so much, Julie. If you could also, when you post your link, I know everyone posts. I see also in India they post their time, which gets confusing because we're getting so used to Eastern Standard Time. We can always do our own conversions, or you put the time of your country as well as the Eastern Standard Time on your webinars when you're sharing them, so that we can do our conversions. And yeah, I missed your chat because it was 4:30 or something in the morning, 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning. So I didn't even know that was happening, but I did watch the replay. Thank you so much. Jacob, you've got a question. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Marina. First, I want to say a big thank you to you, Bobby, and Dr. Idris Modi. You guys have done so much for today's session with your wisdom and with your insight, Dr. Modi and Bobby. We love you and thank you very much. It's not a question really, Marina. It is to speak on the back of what Julie has said, that she started a webinar in Vietnamese and they're getting that off the ground. And there is Jamila from the chat who's asking about a French webinar. As much as I've referred you to the webinar for Charles Osong, and Thierry is gonna start a webinar in French. it would be great if we also have a webinar in Arabic, especially for the northern part of Africa and for our brothers and sisters in the Middle East. So you could take that on, Jamila, and anybody else who's joined from Algeria or Morocco or any of the places in the Middle East. Please take it away and we will support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, as our host, it was quite strange seeing you raising your hand. But I see there are quite a few people. Hamza had a few team members from Algeria. I know there's a doctor and someone else. And I'm not sure. I think he does do webinars in Arabic, but if they could maybe just let us know and then, you know, make sure
yes,
that we get
Marina, they do the webinar in Arabic, and I used to go to their webinars. And,
do you speak Arabic?
I speak little, but not very fluent. But they use a translator for me. I speak in English, and they translate it in Arabic. So
okay, great.
Hamza and two, three people there are Ellis, Mohammed.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for attending the webinar, Dr. Modi. Yes. Right, Abel, are you able to speak now? There we go.
Sure. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes, yes, now we can. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm living in France. I have some origin of Ivory Coast. And it's not really a question of what I want to say, but before that, above all, thank you for everything you do for the Africa and all this community, because I've been attending so many of the webinar there in Africa with Charles Zong and everything, you know, and thank you for all these things. I just want to say something according to Thierry Osho, who is living in France, because I'm living in France too, and I don't know, I think that many people don't have some information about Onpassive here in France. So just want to say that I'm very available just to make some webinar with him also, and to help all these people who are living here in France, because sometimes they just join the company, and some of them, they don't want to join the company because they don't know maybe the English, because when they are clicking on or they are searching on YouTube, they only have some English webinars, some explanations about all these stuff, you know. So just to say that I'm really available to help our community and people who are living here in France. And thank you for everything that you have been doing, all the leadership council, because of you, we really know what is this vision, Mr. Ashmufaro, and the way he's going to help everybody in this world. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, Abel. That was very sweet of you, and thank you for your kind words. That is just fantastic. I hope you and Terry can get connected so that you can maybe arrange the webinar for your people in France, and we'll get more and more je t'aime.
Yeah, we are already connected.
Awesome. Excellent. You see, teamwork makes the dream work. I absolutely love this. I love connecting with people. And I always say Onpassive is the dream connector. Onpassive is connecting us to our dreams. You know, it's no longer just a pie in the sky. Whatever we've wanted, whatever our aspirations and desires were, are going to be met tenfold. Because what we know about Onpassive is this much. Ash said we know about 10%. And I can believe it, because when he demonstrates a product, it's so much bigger than what we imagine. It's just one product that's integrated with all the rest. So, oh my gosh, just get in there, get plugged in, know what gift you have in your hands, and share. Like Dr. Bill Williams said, I actually mentioned it I did a presentation. I still need to upload it. Just reminding people our lifestyles are going to change dramatically. You know, you might be a millionaire, which is great, but there's very few of us around. And our lifestyles are going to change so much that, you know, once we've got the house and the car and everything that we've wanted, and we've funding our charities and getting involved, we're going to have this abundance of money. Now, when you want to go on holiday, we're going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to say, let's go for 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever. We're going to go skiing, and we're going to take a cruise, and we're going to go to the mountains, and we're going to go to the ocean, and what have you. And are your friends and family in Onpassive, are they able to drop everything at the drop of a hat and say, we're flying business class with you to the next destination and take 2 weeks off? If they are stuck in a job which is just over broke, they're not going to be able to do that. They also won't have enough leave to take 2 months off, because you only get about 15 days leave a year. Think about your lifestyle and how it's going to change, because you need to make sure that your friends and family are going to be on this journey with you, and that they're able to say, let's do this. It's just incredible. So that made me think. And, I'm not in a position to buy the positions for my close friends and family, but I am doing my best to encourage them. And if you are in a position to buy your friends and family a gift, to get them into Onpassive, please do that. It's the best gift you could ever give anyone. Or just try and make a plan to get them in, do whatever it takes, is what we say. Thank you.
Welcome.
There's no more hands raised. Let me just see if there's anything and any questions. I don't see any questions. Jacob or Stephen, have I maybe missed anything? Because if not, then it looks like
I'm looking, but I don't see anything either in the chat.
There were a couple of hands up from the reaction up. I think Sanjay had a hand up, and also Miriam also put a hand up.
Oh, okay. Do you want to unmute yourself and speak, please? Miriam or Sanjay, whoever's first, can take the platform.
Yeah, they must have lowered their hands because I'm not seeing them anymore.
Okay. Like yesterday, we had James Bell on our webinar, but he was cheering to the hockey team that just won. And Sanjay said, looks like he's raising the roof because of a figure that was mentioned. You could earn 50,000, 100,000 per month. And at that moment, he's scored. So he was going, yay. That was just quite funny. Yeah.
But I want to say something, Marina, if you don't have any more. Because one of the things that we're talking about this morning, as like I said, I had about an hour conversation with Charles Osang and Michael Williams. And the reason was there was an article posted, Marina, in your group about an article that was written on Onpassive. And it was written by somebody in Cameroon. So I was sharing it, and I shared it, Michael saw it, and then he called me and asked if I had the source. And I didn't, so I reached out to Charles, and Charles called me, and he was saying it's somebody he knows. He's not sure if it's in his team or not, but it's somebody he knows in Cameroon who wanted to do it. He wrote an article and asked Charles to look at it, but Charles wasn't able to at the time because he was busy with webinar Zooms. So the person actually posted it. So I believe the article is legit. But what happened was Michael tried to find it on the actual website of the newspaper, and he couldn't. So he just wanted to make sure. So we had a conversation, and Charles said he would reach out to the gentleman and see if he could get an actual link. But I just wanted to let you know, guys, here, because I know people have probably seen it and sharing it, that as far as we are aware, it is legit. And it's a very, very awesome article that I feel we should all read, because it paints Onpassive in a very, it was brilliantly done in my opinion, because the guy captured pretty much everything that Onpassive is and what it's going to do. And one of the things that he said, which I feel all of us should really take to heart, and that's something that me and Michael and Charles were talking about this morning, is that what Ash is doing it Onpassive, this paradigm shift that we talk about, ladies, gentlemen, we're not using that word lightly. We're not using it as a catchphrase. We're not using it because it sounds good. We're using it because that's actually what's going to happen once Onpassive launches. This is a paradigm shift. And in relation to that article, what the guy was saying is that we know, other people who are plugged in know, that the nasty is happening behind the scenes. We don't know it in its full capacity because our CEO is our knight in shining armor. He's our Superman. He's our whatever superhero figure you want to use. He's shielding us from all of that, but it is there, guys. If you know anything about the world as we live in, that there are people out there who do not want this to happen. As I talked about the whole controlling interest, why you think we have been slaving our lives for 40, 50 years and not making it happen? That's not by accident, that's by design. So what Onpassive is doing through Ashmafara, or Ashmafara is doing through Onpassive, is changing that whole paradigm. And there are people who do not want it to happen. But what's going to happen is we cannot be stopped. It's already a done deal. So what's going to happen is once we're out there in the world and people start seeing that there is a better way, these companies who have been operating under the status quo for so long, they're going to have to change. They're going to have to now step up to the plate and do things differently, because if they don't, they're going to be left in the dust. And we have seen companies who are not willing to change left in the dust. There's numerous examples of that happening. And Onpassive, the paradigm shift that we are going to usher that new mode of thinking into the world, because it can be done better, There's no reason, as Bobby pointed out from listening to Ash, where, and I could go on about this, but there is no reason for a child to be starving when you have people who are buying billion-dollar houses. There is no reason for it. And one of the things that I look at today, now we have COVID, now this great push all over the world to have the world vaccinated. And yet we have children dying of hunger. Where was that fervor before? Where was that drive to get these children fed? So the issue, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, is not about the ability, it's about the desire. It's the desire. And Ashmafara has that desire, and he has attracted people like Bobby, people like Dr. Idris, people like Jacob, people like Marina, people like all these leaders that we look upon. He has attracted people of like minds to take upon that mission. Like I said, one stick is easily broken. When you put a bunch of sticks together, it's unbreakable. And that is what Ashmafara, to me, that's a true genius of Ashmafara, that he has attracted and created this massive movement of people. And what article was saying this morning, that's why I brought it up. If you read it, they're saying that this whole idea of Onpassive, it's not going to stop, man. It is going to literally change the world as we know it. And what I wanted to say in closing, when you understand that, like Bobby says, when the penny drops, when the black goes on, like I feel, who was it? There was somebody, I feel, either was, I forgot her name now, in Vancouver Island, that if you don't get it, you need to change your light bulb. You need to go to the store and buy a new light bulb, right? A light bulb. Because if that light bulb is not clicking in your head, then it's not Onpassive. It's not a person sharing it with you. The issue lies with you as an individual. If you're not seeing what Onpassive is, I can't wrap your mind around it, the issue lies with you. And that's not a knock on you necessarily. It's just a wake-up call and say, okay, if I can't see this when over 400,000 people have, what it is that I'm not seeing, what it is that I need to do by myself or in myself to allow me the capacity to grasp what Onpassive is. So I'm just really ecstatic about the fact that we have an Ashmafara in our midst at this time. And it couldn't have come at a better time, guys. 2 years in the making, but it could not have come at a better time. And I feel it's all timing and it's perfect. The timing is perfect. The whole idea is just perfect. And what we're doing here with our Alliance teams call every Monday, what Charles doing every day, what Theory and Abel are trying to do with the France community, what Julie is doing in the Vietnam community, It's just an indication. What David Bako is doing in Papua New Guinea is just an indication that it is the time. The time is here. The time is now. And people are stepping up to the plate and realizing that. And we are all just in this big, this global pot. and it's just awesome to see. It's just really, really awesome to see. So I thank our guests who are on with us today. Thank Marina, thank Jacob, and all our guests. If there's anybody who has anything else to say, we are over 2 hours, so we're getting ready to wrap up. And I know Jacob has a poll that he will read to us.
You're breaking up.
I just wanted to share those last thoughts with you guys.
Thank you, Stephen. I just love your passion. You are absolutely wonderful and so lovable. You know, people really connect with you. I'd just like Bobby and Idris to take 1 minute to just say a few words of inspiration, whatever, just whatever's on your mind. Just take a minute each, and then we'll go to our poll and see the results of our meeting. Thank you.
I'll go first, Dr. Idris, if you don't mind. Well,
yes.
Just want to carry on with what Stephen said. We have found the pot at the end of the rainbow. You know, we've all been looking for that. Is there such thing as a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, in our case, there is, and we found it, and we're going to hold on to it with all our might. And we're just very grateful to Ash for sharing this amazing opportunity to finally win, because we've all been just getting on with it. To be honest, we are all just been getting on with it, and now we've got a massive opportunity to actually live the way we want to live, and that could be anywhere. You know, once you have time and financial freedom, I believe you can really start to live. And we want to make sure that we take as many people with us, because the world is a bit topsy-turvy at the moment. There's a lot of negativity out there, and we are the positivity. And I just pray that you really look deep into Onpassive and get back to the person that introduced you to this phenomenal opportunity, and give it your 100% and really try to come in. Do not miss this, because you're not going to get anything like this out there, period. This is what we've all been waiting for. And I know I've been waiting for this for a very long time. And I kept looking and I kept looking, and I found Onpassive, and I'm home now. I'm home. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bobby. That was fantastic closing on your part. Thank you, Dr. Idris.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Marina. And thank you all. And really, as I said, that this plan is not from the earth, it's from sky. So be assured that we are going to win, and really we are in it to win it. And I assure you all that what we have seen in India, it's really amazing, and we are fully motivated. And just I want to tell that when we went to Hyderabad, we were representing whole. We are not the 28 or 29 for leaders there, but we are representing the whole world of Onpassive there. So in that manner, I want to say that you all get assured that we are going to win, and 100% win. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Idris. Always great words of wisdom from you. And Jacob, are you ready to read the results of the poll? You are muted, speaking to yourself again. We do that all the time here.
Yeah, technology. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends. Thank you for joining Onpassive Lions Q&A session. Each and every Monday, 7 p.m. if you're in South Africa, 6 p.m. if you're in Nigeria, Algeria, and 12 p.m. if you're using Eastern Standard Time. We
and
have
10:30 in India.
And 10:30 in India, let's not forget.
Yeah.
We have 2 polls each and every Monday. And the first one is basically just to try and understand the type of people who have joined us on the session. And I will share the results with you. Please let me know if you can see the results.
Yes, we can see them. I can see them.
Fantastic. All right, so this one, poll 1, has 5 questions. Really easy trying to get an understanding of the group gathered here. Is this your first time joining our weekly Onpassive Q&A sessions? And it's almost neck to neck. We have about 117 people who've responded, and with a slight margin, more people represented by 51%, that's 54 people, have been attending these Q&A sessions regularly, and 53 people have attended for the first time. So that's a very close number. We'd like you to attend these Q&A sessions if you can, each and every Monday in the time I've told you about. Are you a Go founder? That's question number 2. And 104 people are Go founders. That's 98%. Whereas 3 people, that's 3%, are not Go founders. We sincerely do hope that you've gotten the information, the motivation, the challenge, the call to action to sign up as a Go founder today. Number 3, do you know what Catmo is? 75 respondents say that they do know what Catmo is. That's 71%. And a small number of 32, still significant, 30%, do not know what Catmo is. Marina, I'll segue to you just to take us through, as you do so wonderfully, what Catmo means.
Okay, awesome. Let's see if I can get this one right without any notes. CATMO, the C stands for Complete Digital Solution. The A is for Automated Artificial Intelligence. The T is for targeted traffic to your website, which the company is going to run the AI marketing campaigns to 24/7, 365 days a year. The MO is for money, which is residual income, passive income. You can go on holiday and you will keep on earning. And the O, I always say, is everything on passive over delivers. Thank you very much. You can carry on there, Jacob.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Marina. Number 4, do you have trouble explaining Onpassive to your invitees? Yes, that's a minority of 37 people representing 35% of the respondents have a problem explaining Onpassive to their invitees. And no, a majority of us do not have a problem explaining Onpassive to their invitees. To this, I just want to comment, adding on to whatever has been said by Stephen Watson and Bobby and Dr. Idris. All you have to do is plug in. All you have to do is plug in, because you have to fill up for you to be able to outpour the information about Onpassive. And joining Q&A sessions, watching the videos on YouTube, the Julie and Milo show, the shows by Onpassive Nation. Dr. Bill Williams is constantly posting on YouTube, and many, many others in French, in Arabic, in English. Now we know Julie has a webinar in Vietnamese. Please, all you have to do is plug in, and you will be able to explain Onpassive to your invitees, no problem. Question number 5, is there any member of your team or prospects here on the Q&A session? Small, not so small, minority said yes, that's 34 people representing 32%, have their team members or their prospects here, and no, 73 people do not have their prospects here. Again, you will not have a problem with number 4 if you invite them to these Q&A sessions. Not just this one, but even the onboarding session by Charles Osong held each and every Sunday. So thank you very much for participating in that. Marina, over to you, unless you want me as I launch poll number 2.
Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm not sure if Anya realized that she sent me the message directly, but the German problem has been solved, the payment issue. Thank you very much. Quick response there. You can continue with your poll. Thanks, Jacob.
All right, so we'll quickly just segue to Stephen to close up. And it gives us about 2 minutes for us to fill in the second poll. This is really for us to get an understanding of what would you like to hear more about. Obviously, we've heard constantly about the soft launch date. So let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the products. Let's talk about the future state. What do you imagine you will do once Onpassive launches, a year after the launch? What would you do with the money? What product would you be using? Those are the type of things that we'd like you to start visualizing. And to be able to do that, we'd need you to give us feedback on how this particular Q&A session has been for you, any information that you have probably not caught on to, and anything you'd like us to cover next time. Please do participate in the poll. It's a 3-question poll. Sorry, a 4-question poll, and we'd like you to get back to us. Thank you. Once you're done, just raise your hand or do a thumbs up, and if I see enough thumbs up, then we'll close it up. Over to you, Stephen.
Okay, Jacob, thanks. I just saw there was apparently a few questions here. Last one I saw was from Florence Bryce. When is the new launch date? And there is no launch date, Florence. There was never a date that was set, so there's no reason for a new one to be in place. So that's a quick answer. We're still waiting on our CEO to let us know. And then I saw where somebody was asking about a Bitcoin payment that was made, and it was not, their account wasn't funded. And I believe they said it was timed out. So I don't know where it is at right now, but if a Bitcoin payment has been timed out, that means Onpassive did not receive the funds, in which case the funds should be returned to the wallet that it was initiated from, and you can resubmit the payment at that time. And usually if it's timed out, you should also get an email from, I believe, what's the name of that company? I haven't done it for a while, but you should receive an email from them where there's a link that you can request to be refunded as well. So in any case, your money should be refunded to you and you can submit the payment again. But bear in mind that it does take up to 48 to 72 hours for a Bitcoin payment to be funded. And as Marina said, if any at all possible, a credit card or debit card is the best means to get that done. And there is somebody says, will the individual be in, no, that's the thing that was answered before about signing up somebody. So if somebody signs up in soft launch and pay $159, it doesn't matter. It's the same as them paying $97. If they use your link to get registered, then they will be in your structure. Everybody who uses your link, no matter what they pay, 97 or 149, will be in your structure. So there was one last question that I saw, just see if I can find it here.
Okay, I have, while you're looking for that, I have posted my YouTube channel. This recording, if you're wanting to share it with anyone, will be on my YouTube channel. The link is in the chat box. And also somebody, I think it was Steve or Bruce, asked me about the Bitcoin. That is the format that you follow. Please only send that if it has gone over the 48 hours. Then you can send me all the information exactly in those steps, and I will forward it to our dedicated support team member. Thank you.
As we wait for all of us to complete poll 2, there's a question from Timi Owobo. Some prospects in the Middle East can only pay through their bank accounts. Is there any way to assist them with a solution? I will defer.
Yeah, I just saw the question, Jacob, and as we said before, and Angie, was gracious enough that we are such a global family that issues like this are not really an issue. Usually it's for somebody who's coming on board, but we do have a lot of local help. And whenever it comes on to payment, Onpassive have put what they have in place, which is credit cards, Cash App for the people in US and Canada, and cryptocurrency. So they have put that in place. That's what they have available to us. So there's nothing more that they can do. And Ashma Farah has addressed this already. There's nothing more that Onpassive can do. So if people are having issues outside of that, like this person is talking about the Middle East, that's something that has to be addressed on a local level through your team members, your leaders, or whomever. So if they're having issues that they can only pay with their bank account, again, they'll have to connect with somebody locally who can probably receive those funds from them and then in turn use their card or some other means to make payment on their behalf. So that's the workaround that we have right now. Because again, another thing we have to understand is that GoFounders is not Onpassive. Onpassive have a lot of things in place that is artificially intelligence driven. GoFounders is not that. So a lot of the issues that we might be having as GoFounders now, we won't have when Onpassive launches. So we just have to work with what we have available to us right now. So to answer that question, the person would have to connect with somebody locally to see if they can assist in getting that result.
All right. Thank you very much, Stephen. If I remember correctly, on the meeting with Ash on Thursday, he did mention that GoFounders would be getting an uplift or a facelift, and that would be the product we'd be working on. Perhaps correct me, Stephen or Marina?
Well, on February 1st, he did say that the Onpassive website is going to be updated as well as GoFounders as well. But as I said, I don't necessarily mean that we'll include anything payment-wise. I know in India, Dr. Modi should be aware of this, that they do have some payment thing that they're working on there, because we know India is the fastest growing country in Onpassive. So, but I don't know what the nature of that is. But yes, we will have some update to both the websites on February 1st.
All right.
Yes.
The other thing, go ahead, Dr. Modi.
Yes. No, in India, they are working on the payment gateways, and soon it will be resolved. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. For everyone else, I think the type of workarounds that we've had, as Stephen has mentioned, where you might be in Nigeria and your team member is in Germany, they need help. We can see that Desmond and Andre have just connected and they've resolved that. So those are the type of connections that Onpassive, or rather GoFounders, being part of the community, that's what it offers. So you might be in the Middle East, perhaps Bitcoin or Ethereum are options available to you. Please go ahead and do that. Or you might need to send, if that's something you want to follow, you might probably send money somewhere outside the Middle East, and that person pays on your behalf and you get an account. By all means, whether we walk, we crawl, we move forward. All right.
Okay, so before we move on, Jacob, I did see the question. It was from Vicus Sandro. I'm not sure. It sounds like they are in some parts of Europe. It said, how will artificial intelligence develop the team below us? And so to answer that question, I guess we don't know the full workings of it, but what we do know is that Onpassive is a IT company, information technology, that's driven by AI, artificial intelligence. So what's going to happen is once we launch, or even during the soft launch, Ash, along with his tech team in India, we are going to have marketing campaigns. And each marketing campaign is designed to go out in the world to look for, well, in the pre-launch phase, in the soft launch phase, they're looking for additional founding members. So as they find these founding members and these people decide to become a part of our movement, they will be placed below us, the ones who pay the 97. They'll be placed in our teams. We don't know how exactly that's going to work. but that's how the marketing campaigns are set up. That's what they're designed for. When we do launch, now the company is going to be marketing to the entire world, the 4.6 billion or over 4 billion people that Bobby made reference to earlier. That's our market. So artificial intelligence is going to do all of that. And one of the things that Michael said, and again, I will refer back to the call that we had this morning, and we were talking about people thinking of Onpassive as a MLM company, as a network marketing company, and we keep telling them that it's not, and people still have a hard time understanding. A network marketing company relies on you, the person who signs up, to go out and market the company for them. That's why they get on you and say your why is not big enough when you're not building a team. You've been in for 6 years and you have nobody under you. Oh, your why is not big enough. You know, you're not motivated enough, and they have all these catchphrases and all this stuff to make you feel bad about yourself because you're not able to build a team. So what Onpassive is going to do is, like I said, change our whole paradigm. So we're actually paying the company to do the work for us. And that's what sets us apart. So whether you want to share the opportunity with somebody, it doesn't matter. You are going to succeed because the company, we are paying the company to do that on our behalf. So that's what sets us apart. So there's actual work being done by actual people in an actual building, in an actual country. So it's all real. It's not pie in the sky. It's not hearsay. It's not made up. It's definitely not a scam. So we are paying the company to do the work on our behalf. So that is what sets us apart. So that is what AI, and AI is going to be the major component behind that. The AI is going to be doing the reach out. They're going to do the follow-up. They're going to do the registration, every single thing. And of course, we'll also have the human component, because as we say, our company is AI with heart. So we're not going to be leaving people out there in the dark. We'll actually have human representation as well to address any issues that come up along the way. But that's how the company is going to be building our teams with us using artificial intelligence. And as we have been saying here from the beginning, all you need to do is get in. If you haven't gotten that by now, I would say you probably need to see a psychiatrist. You just need to get in. That's the only thing that you have to do in order to succeed at Onpassive is get in.
Add to that, Michael Williams said,
if I may just...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead, Marina.
Go ahead, Marina.
Okay, I just wanted to say, Michael Williams mentioned, if you have 0 at launch, it is very easy for you to have about 1,000 people in your team in a year. So that just gives you an indication. That's a conservative figure. We're probably going to have a lot more than that. He always takes the worst case scenario. So in a year, if you have 0, you will have about 1,000 people in your team. And once you have 1,092 people in your team, you will be earning $8,000 a month per month. This is US dollars. So, I mean, when you're in, if you're in, you'll win. That's all you need to worry about right now. Don't worry about what the subscription is going to cost. Don't worry about what are we going to, how many people are we going to get. Just know, focus on the $97 right now. Get as many people, share this business with as many people as possible, because the more people you get on now, it's just going to save the system doing that, and you'll just be in profit a lot quicker. So that's all I wanted to say for now. Just share.
If I may,
with regards to artificial intelligence, sorry, Jacob. With regards to artificial intelligence, this basically means that the whole thing is run by machines, to be like really layman's terms, which means there's no chance of a human error. And these machines are looked after 24/7 by the best tech engineers that money can buy. And we know, the way we know Ash, he doesn't like second rated. He only goes for number ones. So you can imagine with that kind of artificial intelligence, state-of-the-art artificial intelligence, how quickly your team and your income is going to grow and how successful Onpassive will be. I just wanted to quickly add that in. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. I just wanted to lean in on that a bit. That if I have a question of what artificial intelligence does, a simple example is if you go to your bank website, for example, and you open a support ticket, and you say you have a problem, and it gives back action. What do you have a problem with? And you say, I have a problem with my password. And they ask you, do you have authentication questions? Now, it's already preempting what you have as a question. Now, that is how artificial intelligence works. And that's just the tip of the spear. Now, when we talk about how Onpassive is going to do that, it's going to be the entire scope of that. Now, that interaction with the bank is just this bit. Now you can imagine how big it's going to be from the time that you will have Onpassive recruiting or getting the people for you up to the time that they put those people on your team. It's massive. And artificial intelligence is, in fact, one of the top 5 tech trends of the next 5 years. Thank you.
Okay, Jacob, I think that was all. So I think you can go with the second poll.
All right, I will do just that. We have 22 people who voted. I will share the results now. What do you think of today's Q&A session? Please rate it out of 10. And a majority have rated us, that's 45%. 10 people have rated us 10 out of 10, with some who, 2 people who think that we could do better, that's 9%. Do you know about any of the Onpassive products? 95%, 21 people know about the products, and 1 person does not know about the products. I think that's somebody who's not a Go founder. How many founder-only webinars have you attended this week? At least 2 webinars. I only managed to attend 1 and none. So a majority of 17 have attended at least 2 webinars this week. Would you like us to focus on one of these areas during our next call? The biggest area that people would like us to focus on, 11 out of 22 respondents, that's 50%. They say that they would like to learn more about the value of a Go founder position. And the second highest rated is 6 people, that's 27%, would like to learn more about the Onpassive portfolio. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, Stephen.
Okay, Jacob. So I guess we are pretty much done. We're almost 3 hours, and I know there are other meetings out there that people want to attend. So again, we just want to thank our 2 guests, both of Indian background, one in India, one in the UK. Really awesome to have you on, guys. And also Valerie for our sign interpreting. We always appreciate her. And of course, you, Jacob, and Marina as host. So let's just, again, be very, very aware, first of all, of what we are a part of. And in that awareness, the gratitude and appreciation should just follow by osmosis, in my opinion. Once you know that we're a part of such an awesome company with such a great leader, the gratitude should just flow from us in spades. So thank you all for being here, and we'll see you all again next week.
Thank you. And I just
thank you. We are in it to win it. We are in it to win it.
Has just posted the Charles' song has got a current question and answers or guest, I'm not sure. The link is posted in the chat. Before you go out, you can click on that link. Thank you very much. Goodbye from me from South Africa.
Yeah,
we love you all.
thank you, everyone. Bye from Lagos, Nigeria.
In it to win it. In it to win it.
In it to win it.
In it to win it.